Day 3, beginning of day 3. So today is dump day. We have to get the trash situation figured out because we can't get to half of the house now. We've just been clearing out all the last dude's trash, and we got the lofts cleared out. We got about half the house cleared up, but we haven't even we haven't even tested the propane oven to see if it still works because we can't get to it. We haven't touched the bathroom yet because we can't get to it. So the back of the Prius is chocked full of trash bags, which cleared up quite a bit of space in the tiny home. It is leaking like a sieve.
Yeah, we're looking at the way the guy put it together, a bit more involved, and either he was planning on putting siding on and didn't get around to it, or he was an idiot, because the exterior walls are OSB plywood and there's no Z-flashing between the two layers, so pretty much everywhere there's a horizontal seam, we got water coming in.
Yeah. And especially that front wall, that's where the winds are coming from, so it's driving
pushing
rain.
It right in.
And yeah, that large window right above the bed, it's hilly over here. No, there is water coming in all over the place. So, yeah, it's a big job.
Big job. We're still not quite sure how we're going to accomplish it. We have various alternate plans, from putting a whole new roof over that building and encompassing the addition, to maybe just putting a awning, like maybe a 4 or 5 foot awning, and then like wrapping it and siding, or I don't even know if we can take the plywood off and put siding on. Again, we may be able to, the external plywood. You can put some of the T100 stuff or whatever it is, more external grade stuff. We're just going to have to play it by ear at this point. I'm leaning more towards the napalm solution, but that's frowned upon apparently by my lovely wife. So
basically, the plan when we bought the land, we knew we couldn't afford land with a house on it. We knew we'd be looking at raw land, but we found this land and we really liked it, and it came with this little tiny home. And so we originally were thinking that, hey, we're going to have to be living in a tent for that first summer while we build, basically, what would be his future shed, and we'll live in that while we build the main house. And this is effectively our tent. And the intention is to build a smaller addition than we would have built a workshop, a smaller addition onto it. So we may end up just, since that whole front wall kind of needs more overhang and work, might just have the addition cover, or at least put an awning over the whole thing and put the addition on the front, because there's a lot of water coming in, and it's almost a blessing that it's been raining so much when we came down here. This is a lot of rain for this area at one time, so it's showing us where all the weak spots are, and that there are a lot of them, and that there's not just one or two things. We'll have a much better idea next time we come down here of how to tackle this.
Yeah, we got an alert that this area was expecting over the last day and yesterday 50 millimeters of rain.
Because they're on the metric
it's
here.
Canadian.
Yes.
And fortunately, science teacher was able to figure out that's a ton of rain. That's solid 2 inches of rain. And it's been coming down pretty hard and steady, not like thunderstorming, but just steady rain.
Sorry for the bouncing, guys. The road
is not the best.
The Prius can handle it.
We'll find out.
Oh, but we did find Wreck-It Ralph and
Wreck-It Ralph 2.
And Wreck-It Ralph 2. And I found, when I was cleaning out the loft, I found ancestor of Wreck-It Ralph, desiccated ancestor of Wreck-It Ralph. So yeah, hopefully we reset the traps. We still had some peanut butter. We reset the traps. Maybe we'll get some more, but that's being taken care of. We're getting there. We're getting slowly getting there. Today we're dealing with trash. We'll get some breakfast while we're out.
We got to run by the lawyers at some point.
Got to run by the lawyers. They've got our title insurance and some paperwork that they hadn't had ready to go when we signed. So, but yeah, day 3.
Yep. Later.
I'll show y'all in a minute how much water is coming in. You can kind of see the little drip cups I've set up. We thought at first when there was a little bit of water coming in that maybe just around the window was leaking, And so we kind of did this redneck jury rig with duct tape because unfortunately it was the wood is so wet. I mean, it is wet. There's driving rain and it's putting all of the water onto this OSB. But we thought maybe the seal around the window was leaking, and so we put duct tape around here. We were able to dry the metal enough to get the duct tape to stick, but the duct tape had no chance of sticking to the wood. So we just stapled it because we knew a big storm was coming, and we hoped that would help. But and because that's all we had. But that's not where the problem is coming from. It's coming from that big ass gap in the OSB, because I was up in the loft area right there last night putting up insulation, and that's reasonably dry. That's actually pretty fine. And the water, we found out, I'll show you in a second, but it's dripping from the top. So it's in between here and here that the water's coming in, and there's a big gap. So unfortunately we gotta wait for it to dry. I've got some spray foam, and I will get up there and put spray foam in there, but it has to dry before I can put the spray foam in. And it's raining now. It's raining now. It's going to be raining most of the day. It's supposed to be supposed to stop raining this afternoon? This afternoon, and it's not supposed to be raining tomorrow. We leave day after tomorrow. So hopefully it'll get dried out. It's going to be getting cold tonight. You want to go ahead and unlock the door? I want to show them. And so we'll be setting up the propane heater, and we're going to put it in this corner and try to get it as dry on the inside and outside as we can in order to get the spray foam. We're talking on the car drive, and I think the plan right now, because this is what we got. We've got a Prius, and we don't have a very big ladder. We have a step stool. However, we do have steps now. Have you installed steps? We have steps, and we have an inside door handle. Yes, all the luxuries. But yeah, so this I've already mopped up, and this is from this morning. This is how much water is coming into this, especially right here. But yeah, it's dripping from the insulation right above the window. So it's coming up through that big gap. The water is driving. The wind is driving the water in. Because what really needs to happen is that outside OSB wood needs to come down. It needs to get wrapped in house wrap. And then new, like this T111 exterior or siding or something else put up that will fix it. But we don't have a ladder to get to the higher parts of the outside of the house. And we don't have a vehicle to get the material here. And we're leaving in 2 days. We don't have enough time to do all that. So the plan right now is to stall the water damage as much as we can until we're able to come back up here in the spring. So water damage is accumulative. And it's so different than what we're used to, because if this were to happen, and the same thing's happening with the door here, we couldn't leave a drip cup on the door. If this were to happen in South Carolina, an abandoned building, this much water coming in, you wouldn't have an abandoned building anymore. Nature would reclaim it in a very short period of time. It would not be here for 2 years like this place has been. It's been here for at least 2 years. So we're just going to try to stall the water damage as much as we can. That's the plan. And then fix it in the spring. The only saving grace is that we're coming up on the end of rain season and starting on snow season. So there's not going to be a whole lot more water coming in. And if we can stall what's coming in, fix it in a few months when we're back, that could be good. Well, it is turning into a gorgeous day now that it has stopped raining. Just got back from yet another trip to Lowe's, and it is beautiful. And the sun has come out, thank God. Might dry up some things because our poor little Prius is having more and more difficulty getting up that hill. The driveway is, we're probably going to have to gravel that. Now that first step was a little tight, so we have picked up some cinder blocks to go as a first step, so it's not such a huge first step. So a nice little thing. And we're opened up some windows, hopefully air the place out and get rid of some of the humidity that's in there. Tomorrow we plan on making one more trip to the dump with as much as we can, so I've got this mattress that was in the loft out in the sun, hopefully dry it out a little bit. We have purchased a whole bunch of spray foam and sealant, and we're gonna do what we can with what we've got. We also were able to find a small ladder that fit into the Prius and is expandable, and Hubby over here was able to just get it into the Prius at an angle, and with me with the seat all the way up, and that'll expand out and allow me to get on the roof to seal hopefully some of the leaks and just mediate some of the water issues that we're having, at least until spring when we can get back out here and fix it. Hopefully now we can just prevent more problems until we can properly fix it. Oh my God. You didn't attach them. We were doing some work up there. Removed some of this separator. We can have some more airflow up there. I took down and reattached some insulation that had been falling down. The loft isn't attached at all.
No.
It's just...
It might be attached over here. Kind of looks like it is. Yeah, it's attached on this wall, but not on that wall.
It's not. Oh my God. And there are, along this line on the inside, there are sharp screws sticking out. Let's see if you can see them here. We knew we had to get an angle grinder or something. Yeah, there are all these sharp screws sticking out all in the sleeping loft where our children are going to be. And they're little boys. They like to roughhouse, so yeah, so that needed to be taken out. But do that again? Yeah, the whole, it's just, it's not even attached.
All right. Towards the end of day 3, right?
Day 3.
Day 3. We're finding all sorts of holes in this place. This one looks like it may originally have been somewhere to run the wires for the windmill way up there that is non-functional because the wires got thrown around it, and as always it looks quite sketchy. Notice I like how the guy drilled 2 holes in the walls to run a ratchet strap down. So, yay. So right now, instead of running the power cord through there, we're thinking that the mices have been running through there. So, honey bunny.
Yeah, it's not cut, it's been chewed.
It's not cut. It might have originally been cut, I believe. But it's been chewed since, making it bigger. So now,
yeah,
we're going to seal it. Are you ready? Let's go. Oh, no. There we go.
I'm just going to pump in here until it stops coming out.
Insert dirty joke here.
Yeah.
All right, that's probably half filled the kitchen by now.
There's a wall on the other end, I saw it. That's just going to keep expanding though.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2 mice out.
Yep.
And a mouse ancestor.
Ancient ones.
Ancient. It was pretty mummified, it was.
All right.
Pretty mummified. I'm gonna use this whole freaking can on this. That's fine. I bought, this is the big gap filler. I bought it specifically for this hole. I also used it in a few places up in the sleeping loft. But yeah, so I'll just pump it full. Like I said, right now we know we can't fix it. We don't have the time or the tools or the materials.
Or the ability to get the materials.
Or the ability to get to the materials.
Or the tools.
Needed to actually fix the problem, but we can try to limit how much more damage is happening between now and when we can fix it.
Yep. Unfortunately, this place is not a short 12-hour drive away. No. This is instead a 24-hour drive away, which makes it
7 hours.
26, 27, whatever, which makes it kind of difficult to jaunt on up for a fix. Plus, very soon, this whole field here you see in front of you will be covered in about 17,000 feet of snow, apparently, according to the locals. Actually, maybe about 10 feet of snow. But that's going to make it kind of difficult to get up in here, considering the Prius barely made it today. Got to run this thing to a car wash. Not that I, take great care of this thing, but, appearances count. So, yeah, we're going to have to get a pick-em-up truck to get through here, because right now I'm kind of questioning if the U-Haul truck would even be able to make it up here. Ooh, maybe he's stuck.